sengifikile mina uNhlanhlo Alisho kaJali nentandokazi yohlelo lenu Yilungelo Lakho. It's your right sinilethela lona bukhoma la kumamba phambili SABC 1 Mzansi for sure. Ukhumbule mbukele emva kwekhefu sizokupha phela nawe ithuba lokuthi ubambe iqhaza ngokuthi ushayele ucingo ku 011-714-6918 or 714-6919. Ungasithumela i-email ku consumer@sabc.co.za. Ave futhi sitholakala ku Facebook na ku Twitter. Kabe namhlanje simphathele yipi indaba asibhekana nodaba lethu la namhlanje. In today's tight financial climate, who would turn away from a bargain? Well, that is why auctions are fast becoming a popular hunting ground for house bargains. But what could be seen as a giveaway may actually be hiding dangerous pitfalls. Kodwa ngaphambi kokuthi sikhulume kabanzi ngalokho, ake sibheke nanku umbiko.
Kukho inkolelo phakathi kwabathengi abaninzi yokuba ukuthenga umzi efandisini sesona sisulu. Kodwa nangona kunganjalo kubakho imigibe abaninzi abangayisa ngaso. Lo migibe ibandakanya ukuthenga lo mzi ukwisimo esikuwo, ungacaciselwanga yonke into ngawo. Oku kungabandakanya uthenga umzi ongawazi ukuba uthwele amatyala wenkonzo zikamasipala, amanzi nombane ongahlawulelwanga iminyaka. Ngabangakwaziyo abathengi abaninzi kukuba konke oku koba yimeme yakho njengomthengi.
What my clients have found is that they've bought a property on auction at a very good price. Then they may come up against two things. Firstly, they may find that they owe the city council quite a lot of money in terms of arrear services and rates. And if the building or the property has been in a bad condition for some time, that amount could be quite significant. Secondly, what they may find is that the previous owners of the building remain in occupation and are reluctant to leave, possibly even tenants of those owners, and then the purchaser will have to go through an eviction process in order to have them removed from the property. And that can take some time and obviously some expense.
Xa kuthengeshwa wazifumana uthenge indlu enezingxaki iyodla kuwe kanobomi, ingakumbi empokothweni kwanokuquqa ezinkundleni uzama usombulula lo mba. Nto leyo ethetha ixesha namahlandenyuka.
It's relatively easy, although it is time consuming. As you know, the imperative is to ensure that people are protected from abuse. So the courts are cautious about evictions, and they will be rightly cautious. But ultimately, you will get an eviction order. The problem is, it will take probably a minimum of 3 months, and possibly, if opposed, double that or more, during which time our purchaser has to pay the bond on the property and basically sit with an asset that they're not capable of using until such time as they've got people out.
Abathengi abanomdla wokuthenga izindlu efandisini bakhuthazwa ukuba baqaphelisise konke phambi kokuba benze oko.
So from a buyer's perspective, it's just very important that you are very fair with the property that you're buying, that you have actually done your necessary homework. I think that's extremely important for any buyer to acquaint themselves with the property, that they've viewed the property and that they've done their full due diligence. I would encourage them to make sure that they know exactly what they are coming to buy beforehand. And from our standpoint, that's what we try and make easy for our buyers.
Abaninzi basinike izimvu zabo ngalomba.
Angiboni ukuthi ngayithenga indlu ku auction ngoba mina ngikholwa ukuthi le ndlu e auction isuke kuyindlu yomunye umuntu ethathwe komunye umuntu ongazange akhona kuyibhadala. So angiboni ukuthi unemeza wami ngaba right ukuthi ngiyithenge.
Ayikho inkinga ngokuthenga indlu e-auction ngoba leyo ndlu leyo lo muntu usehlulekile uyikhokhela, so manje usuke sekwenete ibank, so wena usuke nje umsiza in a way ukuthi ngoba usumthathela indlu yakhe ngosehlulekile uyikhokhela.
Some auctions they are a quick sell, and I think at that time you might have cash to purchase it. Yeah, I think I would.
No, I would expect the price to be more higher. So I'll rather scout the market.
I think an auction house is because it's cheaper Unless it really goes higher, then I'll have to opt out. But I think if the reason is going to be cheaper.
Gcina seyinkingeni tholakala ukuthi ayithengiswe ngezinye indlela sokufanele ukuthi ufune amagqwetha ukuthi ubuyiselwe leyo ndlu yakho tholakala ukuthi manje amagqwetha azofuna izimali and then indlu suyiluzile izingane zakho wena usukhishiwe so ngibona ngathi hayi
Okucacileyo kokuba kusekho ulwazi oluninzi okufuneka abathengi bexhobiseke ngako mayelana nokuthenga impahla enkulu njengendlu efandisini. Buchule Phuthini, Yilungelo Lakho.
Siyabonga kakhulu kwintokazi ke ngalo mbiko esiudidiyele ngubuchule Phuthini. Manje ukhuluma kabanzi ngezinto phela kumele uzibhekisise noma uzazi ngaphambi ukuthi uthenge indlu yakho kwi-auction. Asamukele uDr. Simphiwe Madikizela obuya kwa FNB Housing Finance. Sinayo Mr. Joff Van Reenen obuya kwi-Institute of Auctioneers. Gentlemen, a very good afternoon to both of you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right. Firstly, let's hear from Joff. Joff, tell us a bit about what it is that you guys do at the Auctioneers.
We auction property, just real estate, anything from a townhouse in the middle of Soweto to a racetrack, to a house in Clifton. Big or small, if it's property, we auction it.
My goodness. Dokotela siyakwazi kodwa nje awuphinde utshela ababukele emakhaya ukuthi nina nenza kanjani kwi-division yenu ye-housing e-FNB.
Siyabulela kakhulu Alicia, sibulisa kakhulu kuba bukeli bethu emakhaya thina pha kumzi we-FNB sincedisa abantu ukuthi bathole imali ukuthi bakhona uthenga izindlu zabo babe nobutyebi ba-investe sibenze i-wealth creation sincedisa abantu bathole izindlu.
All right, now Joff, we saw the insert there, a bit of different views, some people not necessarily understanding what actually buying a house through an auction is. What are some of the comments that you can actually refer to pertaining to our insert?
Well, it certainly isn't a scary process.
Yeah.
I mean, 95 of the properties we auction off are private instructions. They aren't forced sales. There's no sheriff involved. There's no eviction process. It's people that want to use the auction method of sale because it's quick and it's fast and it's transparent, and they enjoy the auction platform. So, you know, whether it's a townhouse or whether it's a hotel or a shopping mall, it's a very fast, transparent process to buy or sell on an auction platform. So I think it's a little bit of education from historically, auctions have always been seen as fire sales or forced sales.
Yeah.
That really happens now. It's a very open and transparent process where we educate our buyers as well as our sellers in a very short space of time, and where we could auction off 20 or 30 properties in a morning, there may be 300 or 400 people that come just to look and see what it's all about, and you know, and fight it out for see who can be the highest bidder.
Very interesting indeed, and I see you've brought something for us to entertain us with.
The famous gavel, yes. We'll have to see.
So, Doctor, you know, when the going gets tough, he's going to slam it down. Let's hear from you. What were your views from the insert? Ngathi abantu bakithi abakazi kahle kahle uba how does an auction process actually work? Ucabangani wena, Doctor?
No kakhulu kubalekile uba abantu bethu sibancede sibafundise ukuthi i-auction lena bangayisabi.
Is this something FNB recommends through their housing division ukuthi bathenga abantu through ama auctions, Doctor?
No, not necessarily. Not necessarily. Ayonto esikhuthazayo. Kodwa kuyenzeka ukuthi abantu bakhangela izindlu abafuna uzithenga ezinye zazo bazibone ku-auction. So xa ngaba umuntu decidile ukuthi efuna ukuthi athenge le ndlu ku-auction, sikhona ukuthi sibancede abantu nge-information ngolwazi ukuthi bayazi ukuthi isebenza njani i-auction. So ngiyathemba ukuthi uphela kwale nkqubo bazawube becaciselekile kakuhle ukuthi i-auction le kuqhubeka ntoni kuyo, ihamba njani indlu ku-auction, zintoni efuneka bazijongile abantu.
All right. So, Joff, let's get on to it now. Do tell us, I have a house, I see a house on auction, but what is the process leading up to and the ultimate sale of that house on an auction?
It's very fast. It's you know what an agent may do in 6 months, you know, an auctioneer can do in 60 seconds.
My goodness.
So You need to do your homework. It's like buying a car.
What is this homework we're talking about? We also heard on the insert they're talking about homework.
You need to go to the property. You need to view. You need to understand the conditions of sale. You need to speak to the auctioneers. Ask as many questions as you can. Understand that the new Consumer Protection Act is there to protect the consumer.
Okay.
The auctioneers have to abide by the new laws.
Okay.
They have to be members of the South African Institute of Auctioneers who have a code of ethics and laws as well. So it is, it may seem scary to an auction virgin, so to speak, it is a very transparent process. There's no hidden pitfalls that we are allowed to hide or anything like that. You have to be a licensed real estate auctioneer to auction off property, and that we get from the Estate Agency Affairs Board. So there are a lot of laws and associations and sort of bylaws that are in place to look after the consumer. It just so happens that possibly not many people have been to an auction. I would recommend, if you are thinking of buying a property on auction, attend as many auctions as you can. Go online to as many auction houses as you can. Read up on what's going about it. You wouldn't necessarily go to Volkswagen and buy a Golf without researching what a Golf's all about.
Or even test driving,
Of course, you want to test drive it. You want to see that house.
Yeah.
You want to look at the contract. It's the same as buying any product that's expensive. Do your homework, speak to the sellers, speak to the auctioneers, and we're always happy to help.
All right, Doctor, anything you want to add there?
Kakhulu kubalekile into bana le ndlu ufuna uyithenga. Funeka uyazi imeko yayo ukuthi kumeke njani na icondition yayo. Ngamanye amaxesha yenzeka indlu ukuthi iprice yayo ilow kanti la ndlu leyo ivandaliziwe. Yophula kwifestile imethi zichile mhlambe kumagumbi olala kuba ngexesha xa mhlambe umuntu indlu yakhe ithengiswa kwi-auction omnye umuntu uzoko abe nomsindo ayimoshe le ndlu ayivandalize ophula i-lights abanye baplug i-iron ngabom bachise i-carpet kumagumbi olala
just so that when uzawufumana ezo defects
baqoboza ifestile yonke into abafuna bophula amacango i-handles nentoni so kubalekile into bana uye kulaa ndlu uyibone imeko yayo ukuthi njani.
Okay, I have a follow-up question for that, Doctor, because I think up until now people thought you just go and sit at an auction, you're shown a picture and you bid on it, and I don't think they knew that you actually have access to go and view the house prior to that. We're going to deal with that, Ms. Buyakhona manje Bukelunga Indawo. Welcome back. Mbogela ukhumbula ukuthi nawe kuba ingxenye yenkulumo yethu ungashayela ucingo ku 0116918 or 7146919. Ungazwakalisa nombono wakho ngokuthi usithumele i-email ku consumer@sabc.co.za. Usithole futhi lapha na kuma social media networks ethu. Now, gentlemen, let's talk about this, Joff. Maybe let's go through the processes and understand the intricacies of that auction sale.
It's a very simple process for a buyer. There's a 3 to 4 week marketing campaign, a very intense marketing campaign where a lot of auction houses use newspapers. We distinctly and mostly use online. Anything digital, that's where we operate.
So that's where the adverts would be.
That's where the adverts would be.
Okay.
And 99.9% of our buyers, doesn't matter where they're from, are all online. And that's how we focus on them, and that's how they follow us. They have a month to go through a due diligence process. They can view the property at any time. With an appointment with the auctioneers. So they have a long time to get their pre-approval.
Okay.
I do know that with FNB, you can almost get pre-approval with an app now, with
wow.
their app.
Okay.
So you have
talk to
about
us
a
about
month
that, Doctor.
to work through it. On the auction day, the physical auction takes about 60 seconds.
So that's what you were
But there's a
referring
month to do your homework. You
Okay.
can read the conditions of sale. You can ask all your questions. You can view the property. You can apply for pre-approval with your relative bank. So it's not as fast as people think it is. There's a long lead time that comes up to the auction, and there's a lot of time to prep as a buyer.
Now, Doctor, tell us about, I mean, when one goes to an auction, I'm sure they're supposed to have a substantial amount of cash. How does then the bank help an individual to acquire that cash to go and make that purchase?
Yes. Into efunekayo ngala mini auction funeka ube ne minimum ubuncinane 10%. Masithi mhlambi umzekelo i-100,000 property.
Yeah.
So i-10% i-10,000 kufuneka imali eyi-deposit ekumele ube nayo. So le deposit ba mhlambi ukwazi uyisave ngaba kanti imali oyisavileyo wena ngokwakho okanye ungayiboleka ebhankini. imali kuba naxa une 10% ozisavele yona i-90% le unakuyiboleka ebhankini so unethuba lingange-21 working days ukuthi emveni kobana ngemini ye-auction uphakamise isandla sakho wafaka i-deposit yakho i-10%.
Okay.
Then i-90% une-21 days emveni kwe-auction ukuthi u-apply for imali ebhankini.
What if you don't get that money in those...
Uba ngaba uyifumani la mali 21 days,
Yeah.
unfortunately uyakwazi uyiluza la deposit yakho.
And what happens to the sale?
The auctioneer can confirm they have an option of cancelling if you can't raise the funds.
Yeah, because
Let's
I
say you
wanted
put
to know
in
if there's any
10%.
sort of... Joff, you were clearly saying there that the new Consumer Protection Act actually applies to auctioneers as well. So I wanted to know if there's a cooling period as well for when you've actually made a sale and you decide maybe I cannot actually afford it, or, you know, you can't actually secure the rest of the loan.
That's a complicated answer. The answer is no. There is no cooling off period on an auction. But, however, Simphiwe was correct. There is time to do your due diligence, your diligence. You have to put down that 10 or 15% deposit, whatever the auctioneer requires. So you have time to go to the bank to get your pre-approval. And all the banks give pre-approval, specifically FNB, we do a lot of business with. You can do it online in a matter of hours. So our confirmation rate is very, very high. Our default rate is less than 1%.
And are you able to negotiate on auction prices then, Joff?
When the hammer
it
falls,
says it's a good bargain.
When the hammer falls, it falls on whatever the hammer price is, whatever the auctioneer is shouting out at the time.
The highest bid of the time.
You need to come with an allocated bid in your head of what you can afford. Do not go over it. You might get into trouble. Auctioneers are not vultures. They want people coming back as often and as many times as they can. We really have default auctions on our auctions at High Street because we want those people coming back. We'd rather talk to them, understand the situation, and you need to explain and educate the buying public, whether it's 50,000 or 50 million, what to do, how to do it, what you should do, that you should go to FNB and get a pre-approved bond, which is very easy to do, and then don't go over it. Or you can take Simphiwe with you, hold his hand, and he'll tell you whether you can and can't bid any higher.
Dr. Awusichazele kabanzi wena awusichazele ukuthi umuntu mhlambe emeze kunina aqala wazoapplyela le loan lena yokuthi asecure le property aseyibonile kwi-auction nina nimnceda kanjani?
Yes. Umuntu nethuba so i-auction angithi i-date yakhona
Iyachaza ukuthi yebo.
Yeah, unala period yenyanga. So uyayazi ukuthi i-auction ingemini ethile. Like namhlanje i-29 angithi ka May. So a month from now kune auction nge-29 ka-June. So uqala apply for funding from thina. Ungaza online kuthi www.fnb.co.za unga-apply online okanye singakwenzela i-pre-approval over the phone. Usifonela kula number yethu ngo-87 736 6000 la call center number yethu sikwenzela i-pre-approval for le loan oyifunayo. So yazi le ndlu ufuna uyithenga ngethi imalini. So ungathola i-finance even upfront so that kube lula for wena.
Okay.
Ungabi ne-disappointment yokuthi emveni koba ufake i-10% deposit ungayitholi i-90% uluze imali yakho. So funeka uzipreparishele la homework besithetha ngayo ukuthi funeka wenze homework yakho. Part of i-homework kuba ubona le ndlu ufuna uyithenga.
Yebo.
Uzilungiselele ufumane imali, uapplyele imali ebank, FNB preferable for ukuthi imali yalandlu ube nayo.
All right. Now, Joff, I want to ask about this because it's come up a lot when we talk about buying houses, particularly houses that, you know, somebody has lived in before and has failed to pay for them. The municipal debt or the debt that comes with the house. I mean, you were saying that the Fuet Stewart's application doesn't apply to the sales anymore. So where are the buyer's rights then?
There's no, the buyer has a lot of rights with the new act as well, but as does the auctioneer. It's there to protect both of us. It is a buyer's commission that they're going to have to pay. They're going to have to go through a due diligence period to buy that property. So, you know, with a case of where it's a legal sale, a liquidation or an insolvency, there is a process that has to be followed. There's a process that the auctioneers follow with the trustees or the liquidators. There's a process that the bank follows as a secured creditor. So the law is there to protect everybody. It certainly is a lot tighter now in favor of the consumer. A lot more laws that govern the auction process. So, you know, there are mistakes that can creep in, like any industry, for consumer and auctioneer and liquidator. But the new laws are protecting everybody, and it's made it a lot easier, a lot more transparent. And we're finding that our feet in the door has increased tremendously. The buying power of the new up-and-coming youth in South Africa has increased dramatically, and we're finding more and more and more black, white buyers, pink, purple, orange, you know, are coming through the system, and they're buying a lot of properties on auction. It's really wonderful to see.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, if you can cut out the middleman there, we can certainly do with that. Let's take our first caller on the line, Aubrey from Welcome. A very quick question before we take a quick break, and then we are back with your answer. Aubrey, are you still on the line?
Yes, yeah.
Ukhona Nsizwa, qhubeka ngombuzo noma umbono.
What happened is I made an offer to purchase a house saying auction yakona.
Okay.
So the offer to purchase purchase indlu bathi ngibhatala 10%, which is 45,000, ngoba indlu bekuthiwa 450,000.
Okay.
So ngabhatala 45,000. Then after a month, bathi I have to pay in the whole amount eshekile.
Okay.
So ngabhatala ke imali ebishekile in 2013. It was on 20 May 2013.
Okay.
So up to date, up to now, the house is not registered in my name since then. So I have been calling the agent to confirm what is taking place regarding the registration of the house.
Okay.
So they bathi bona umfazi no nendoda yakhe abavani kakhulu kwenzeke into ngoba uthi umuntu odlelwe indlungu indoda umuntu osifazana yena akayazi next, so iprocess yakhona izawuthatha ixesha elide.
Oh, okay. And wena but Aubrey, ake siqale sizo lokho, wena le ndlu for sure uyithenge kwi-auction?
As I said, I made an offer to purchase. Kuthi indlu beyise-auctionini danga ithengwe ke ngafonela lo muntu beyingumuntu o-auctiona indlu leyo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, wathi yena ngingakwazi ukuthi ngiyenze i-offer to purchase, ngisayine i-contract, then ngibhatale imali.
Okay, uthi ubani lo muntu but Aubrey?
Angizwa.
Uthi ubani, was he a representative of the bank, of the auctioneers? Who was he? What authority did he have to try and sell you that house?
Yeah, that house was handed over. Yeah, he was handed over.
Okay, like he was an agent. Was he an estate agent, but Aubrey?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Nsizwa qhubeka ke, so wakhokha ke 45,000 rand and the outstanding amount, and then sekusele malini manje wa ungakahlala endlini yakho?
Ngihleli khona ngoba bathi ngimove in.
Okay.
Then ngingamove in. So a problem registration of the house ukuthi ibe emagameni wami from 2018 until now.
Okay, all right, but siyakuzwa but Aubrey. Okay, all right. No, we understand you Nsizwa. Amhlala nje kanjalo kumabone kodwa akho. We are going to have your answer shortly after this break. So our studio participation lines are now open, and you can find us on 011-714-6918, alternatively 714-6919. Ungasithumela email ayikakashintshi consumer@sabc.co.za. Alternatively, catch us on our social media platforms. I'm with Dr. Simphiwe Madikizela, obuya kwa FNB Housing Finance, no Mr. Joff Van Reenen, obuya kwa Institute of Auctioneers. Basisiza ngokuthi yini okumele wena uyixwaye uma phela uzothenga umuzi wakho noma indlu kwe-auction. Now, Aubrey had a question here. Joff, do you want to quickly address him? But we did figure out ukuthi indaba yakhe is not necessarily what we're doing today. Yes. Doctor, maybe let's start with you. Umchazele kabanzi ukuthi ubhuda ngenzani.
Okubalulekileyo makaye kwi-Estate Agents Affairs Board, EAAB, kuba umcimbi wakhe i-estate agent le bimnceda kubonakala ukuthi akuvisisani abantu ababatshatileyo bangabanikazi beproperty utata nomama. So i-mandate yakhe ayikho valid because une-mandate yomuntu oyi-1 omnye akasayinanga. That's why i-property yakhe ingakwazi uregisterisheka. Kuba le matter isukela ngo-2013 May.
Yeah.
So it's 4 years ago. It's long. It doesn't take that long to register a house. The standard is 3 months to register a house. We are able to do it in 2 months as FNB. So it can't take 4 years. Clearly, no problem. So kumele a report kwi-EAAB lomcimbi wakhe, or if unazo details ala estate agent, contact yona ukuthi imsize.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, Joff, what do you suggest he does?
I would suggest Estate Agency Affairs Board, eaab.org, register a complaint, follow up on a regular basis. That certainly is the jurisdiction of the Estate Agency Affairs Board and the Fidelity Fund, and he needs to get recourse as quickly as he can.
Yes. I mean, let's address this issue of the one spouse not allowing the other partner to actually, or giving them permission to sell the house. It's a very important issue, but Joff, you assured me that that never happens in an auction. When you come to an auction, everything is properly done.
Absolutely, it's compliance. You need to have that paperwork in order. If the paperwork's not in order, you can't have an auction. So if the Minister of Finance back at home says no auction, there will be no auction. That's how it works.
He's referring to us as the Ministers of Finance. Thank you, Joff.
That is.
We are the salary or the watchdogs of the purses at home. Yes. Doctor, what do you want to add there quickly?
Yeah, no ndicinga ukuthi kubalekile xa betshatile abantu bobabini kufuneka ufumane i-consent kwi-partners zombini. Funeka avume unkosikazi wami funeka yazi uba ndiyayithengisa indlu. Okanye mna funeka ndiyazi uba unkosikazi wami uyayithengisa indlu xa sitshatile. Sitshate in community of property. Kuba uba mna ndinalwazi yena akanalwazi ayizukwazi uba iqhubeke phambili le nto. Funeka sisayine sobabini sivumelane.
All right. Joff, this is a question that I should have asked maybe much earlier on. Do tell us about the different types of auctions, because I heard you referring to the different types and kinds of auctions that you are available in the market there.
Well, there's private and legal auctions. There's liquidations, sequestrations, receiverships. There's the sheriff auctions that I think everyone knows about, the sale and executions. But the private auctions are happening more and more and more. A lot of the auctioneers.
What happens at a private auction?
A private auction is where somebody like you have decided that instead of signing a mandate for 3 or 6 months, they want to have an auction in 3 or 4 weeks and let the market decide how much they're willing to pay for the asset.
Is this a paid-up house on the seller's behalf?
It could be paid up or it could be bonded.
Okay.
We find out all those bits and pieces on behalf of the seller, and we inform the buyers. We go through the relevant new compliance laws and make sure both buyers are in compliance with their FICA documents at an auction, as well as the seller. We make sure, are they married in or out of community of property? Is he married?
Details.
Who needs to sign the mandate? So from a private auction point of view, more and more auctioneers are auctioning off private properties that are not forced sales. They just like the method of sale. It's fast, accelerated selling of real estate.
And registration there, Joff? I mean, how much time are we looking at? Normal time?
It's a normal property transaction. It's just that the sale happens in 3 to 4 weeks instead of 6 months. Transfer is exactly the same, but people must remember on auctions, most auctioneers charge a buyer's commission and not a seller's commission.
What does that mean, Joff?
So if you're a buyer and you bid on a property for 50 or 100,000 Rand, if it's 50,000, you're probably going to pay 10% on top of that, or 5,000 Rand as a buyer, which you've got to put down on the fall of the hammer. As a seller on auction, if we bid, or the high bidder is 50,000 Rand, as a seller, that's exactly what you get in your pocket.
Very interesting indeed. Let me quickly take Mpilo from Eswatini before ngiye ekhefini. Mpilo, awuthi nje qaba before siye ekhefini.
Yebo.
Siyakwamukela nsizwa.
Yebo, bengifuna ukubuza ukuthi mhlawumbe wenzeki indlu leyo abasuke beyithengisa kwi-auction ithola ukuthi umuntu abamthathela nahlabo bakhona ukuthile abangakuqedanga naye buye ezosokolisa wena oyithengile. Mhlawumbe aqinisekisa kangakanani ukuthi ngempela abuye esasondela kuleyo ndlu.
Okay, but uyithenge indlu kwi-auction angithi insizwa.
Yeah.
Okay, insizwa, all right. Ungasuki-ke kumabonakude wakho. Let's pause it there quickly for a short while. Sithathe elinye ikhefu siyabuya khona manje mbukeli. Mbukele siphethe udaba lokuthengwa phela kwezindlu kuma auction namhlanje ngino Dr Simphiwe Madikizela ubuya kwa FNB Housing Finance no Mr Joff Van Reenen yena ke ubuya ku Institute of Auctioneers sishayele ucingo ku 0117146918 or 71469119 i-email address yethu ithi consumer@sabc.co.za namhlanje ngebhadi mbukeli our servers are down, that is why ngingafundi ama Facebook messages wenu or ama tweets siyaxolisa kakhulu ngaloko. But Simbali from Forest Hill sekwamukela Ntokazi umbuzo noma umbono.
Unjani sisi?
Ngiyaphila Ntokazi, ubuza umbuzo noma ubeka umbono.
Sisi, I have a problem la hlala khona ne.
Okay.
And then our issue is landlord indawo yethu the property hlala kuyo has been sold for auction.
Okay.
And then when it has been sold for auction, our new owners abathenge property came to us, our tenants to tell us what the property ithengiwe.
Okay.
So now what we want to find out, now that we're living here, because we've got children that we live in and we pay rent every month.
Yes.
And we only find out the house that we live in has 96,000 in arrears.
Okay.
So now what we want to know is that now that we're living in, how does the procedures go with us living in this property? Because the new owners said we shouldn't leave. So we don't know where do we pay our rent? To the old owner or the new owner that has bought the house on auction?
Okay, so Simbali ngicela ungahambi because I think we might need some more clarity from this. Joff, what are you understanding from that? She says that the property they were residing in, I think it's rental units, was actually sold at an auction. And they were not told as the tenants that this property was sold. And then it turns out now under the new owners that this property owes 96,000 rands. And now they're not sure where to pay their rent or if they actually should be contributing towards this 96,000 rand.
It does sound like it was a sheriff's auction, so there are different laws apply. I mean, sheriff's auctions are controlled by the court, so the buyers would have to pay all arrears relating to the property, rates and taxes, water, electricities, levies to the body corporate if it's an apartment or a flat. They need to get hold of those buyers and find out who bought. If the properties have been transferred, they need to start paying their rent to the new owners. However, there is a lengthier, more complicated legal process if a sheriff was involved.
Okay.
So she would need to get hold of the buyer as quick as she can. If she wants to, she's welcome to pay it into an attorney's trust account.
Okay.
If she's unsure, so that the funds are available on request. But I would say get hold of the buyer as quick as you can and find out exactly what happened.
Okay, so Simbali, uyakhona ukuthi uxhumane nalabantu lababasha labaphathi bomuzi omusha.
Yeah, I can try and get their phone number detail.
Okay. And then Ntokazi uyamuza ubaba Van Reenen la ukuthi uthini uthi awuzama ukuthi uxhumane nabo because ibona kahle kahle kumele bakhombe ukuthi wena kahle kahle njenge tenant yini wena kumele wenze. Ungathola ukuthi mhlambe wena lesisikweletu asihlangene nawe because wena ukhokha irent la uhlala khona awuthengile indlu.
Yes.
Okay, Sanda Sam, so sicela ukuthi uhlangane nalabantu laba la abasha laba abathenge indlu yazi.
Okay, I'll definitely do that.
Siyabonga kakhulu Sithando Sam. Now let's go back to Aubrey's question. Was it Aubrey's question before we went to the break? Mpilo's question. He's very worried. He thinks he's asking Joff. He says, please reassure him again, like Aubrey. Can there be no illegal sales put through the auctioneers? Because you claim that every process has been properly, thoroughly checked prior to the sales.
I think in every industry there are bad elements or rogue loopholes and rogue salesmen that happen. But the South African Institute auctioneers are doing amazing work with the new Consumer Protection Act. The buyer can at any time ask to see the details of the auction from the auctioneer. He can see the FICA details of the sellers, who they are, where they live. At any time, he can request them from the auctioneer. He can request to see the conditions of sale. So his rights as a consumer are extremely well protected now. It's far more difficult for a rogue auctioneer or a rogue salesman to do anybody in. As I said, we probably auction off in excess of 500 properties a year. And if we have one or two in a year, that's a lot. We always want to look after both buyer and seller, and we make sure if the bidder, the buyer, has made a mistake,
All right.
or they weren't sure what they were buying or bidding on because they didn't do their homework, we pull them in, we speak to them, we try and find a solution. 99% of the times we do find the solution, but people need to understand if they bid on an auction for property, it is foots-toots, it is sold on the fall of the hammer, subject sometimes to reserve price, subject to a confirmation period. That's why it's imperative they read the contracts before an auction so they know exactly what to do. But if they think there is a bit of underhandedness happening at an auction, phone the South African Institute, Auctioneers, go onto the website, auctioneering.co.za, and ask. They are welcome to phone at any time. We probably have a 24-hour response time on any complaint.
And how do you know those are the proper agents or auctioneers that are actually auctioning the houses, Joff? Is there any form of identification that one can say, well, before you drop the hammer, I want to see if you actually qualify to be doing this?
Absolutely. Ask to see the mandate. Ask to see the mandate. Ask to see their Fidelity Fund certificate, a license every auctioneer must have to auction off property. Ask to see the details of the buyer. Ask to see the details of the seller. They are entitled as a consumer to look at those documents anytime they like.
All right, let's take Mazibuko from in Krugersdorp in Kagiso. So are you still on the line, Mazibuko?
Yebo sanibonani ekhaya.
Kunjani insizwa?
Siyaphila njani?
Siyaphila bhuti wami, qhubeka nje ngombuzo noma umbono sesoyikhefini.
Ngifona on behalf omntanami.
Yebo baba.
Wathenga indlu ku-auction. Ayithenga eNetbank.
Okay.
And then makufanele manje azongena endlini watshela ukuthi kunabantu abahlala endlini.
Okay.
So then uzamile ukubuza bathi no yena akazama ukuthi athole i-sheriff bakhipha abantu.
Okay.
Siyile ku-sheriff, i-sheriff bakhiphile abantu. The very same day abantu babuyela futhi endlini.
How?
And then the very same day abantu babuyela endlini. And this manje seku-5 years yonke.
Manje usahlala umntwana wakhe endlini yakhe or kusahlala labantu laba abangafuni ukuphuma endlini?
Kusahlala labantu abangafuni ukubhadala and every month usabhadala isikweletu sendlu.
But Mazibuko ungitshela obani laba bebehlala kule ndlu mekhuluma nabe batshela ukuthi indlu seyithengile isidayisiwe bathi bona bahoba.
Bakhona abantu abahlala endlini bathi bona baqhasha bafaka umnikazi wendlu.
Okay, ayisiyakuzwa Mazibuko insizwa wahlala nje kanjalo phambi kwamabona kude wakho ngoba sabuya nempendulo yakho bese sigoqa uhlelo emva kalokho. This is our final segment, and in a party, the lines have been closed. But gentlemen, let's quickly address our previous caller and some of the concerns of the people. And Joff, I thought I raised this when you actually buy a house and you find that people are still living in that house and they won't leave, and they've been running around after this house for 5 years now, and she's still not living in it.
I'm very concerned about answering a question with a lady with a gavel. She might just hit me if I'm not sure.
Let me put it down here.
It's exactly the same as buying a car. You know, if you don't have a driver's license, you can't buy a car. If you don't have a satellite dish or an aerial for your TV, it's pointless buying a TV. Same at an auction. Do your homework. Speak to the auctioneers. Is it vacant occupation on the property? Read the conditions of sale. Do I have to sort out the tenant, or is the seller going to sort out the tenant for me? Those are obvious things that may elude a first-time buyer at an auction, but these are things that auctioneers know lots about.
Okay. So you can send a proxy.
Absolutely, you can. It's a public auction.
Okay.
I would suggest, as a new buyer, as a first-time buyer, to anybody out there watching your show, go to as many auctions as you can. Stop the auctioneers. Ask as many questions as you can. There's no such thing as a silly question. It's a very easy way to buy property. It's very quick, and you dictate, excuse me, exactly how much you want to spend.
Doctor, any advice? Let's talk about advice and tips now for particularly first-time buyers through auctions.
Yes, enkosi kakhulu sisi kubalekile siqaphele izinto ezibalulekileyo ezilandelayo. Okokuqala, njengoba sishilo icondition yeproperty yazi ukuthi injani.
Hamba uyoyibona
iproperty uyoyibona indlu.
Okay.
Very very important balekile. Okwesibini, xa ngaba le ndlu i-50,000 price yayo, kungenzeka ukuthi kanti ikhona imali ayityalayo lo mnikazi wendlu. Xa ngakwazi
Like municipal debt.
Yes, xa ngakwazi ubhatala installment ye-bond, i-chances ziphakamile ukuthi kukhona amanye amatyala angakwazanga uwabhatala. I-rates zikamasipala, i-levies mhlambe bangaba i-sectional title leyo uhlala kwi-complex. So ngakhona amanye amatyala angaphezu kwale price. So funeka uyenze homework yakho. I-evictions, abantu abangaphakathi, uthola ukuthi kunabantu abahlalayo ngaphakathi. I-occupation izaba i-problem if ukhona abahlala ngaphakathi. Like lo befonile ukuthi ba-renta, bazi-tenants. Abanye abantu abangaphakathi ngabanikazi bendlu abafuna ukuphuma. So awuyazi wena loo nto, but xa uvisithele indlu zayazi bakho abantu pha ayikho vacant indlu. Because kukho i-costs, imali ezinkulu efuneka ubhatala amagqwetha uzama ukukhupha abantu. Ngamanye amaxesha abantu basekuhlaleni la kwistrato esi baya basupporte lo muntu bamaziyo angithi bakwazi wena ngongaphandle. Bahlala nalo muntu lapha for so many years. So bazawusupporta lo muntu ukuthi lo muntu umakhelwane wethu lo akaphumi la.
Asimazi lo musha.
Wena ukuthi ungubani asikwazi uyithengile indlu. Ungazithola ukuthi ubhatala ityala lebhanki indlu ongakwazi uhlala kuyo kuba kukho abantu ngaphakathi abangafuni ukuphuma.
Imagine
Nomthetho uzawuthi xa uzokhupha umuntu funeka umfunele alternative accommodation.
Okay.
I-PIA Act, Prevention of Illegal Evictions.
All right.
Yabona kuthiwe funeka ufunele abantu indawo yokuhlala. So zininzi izinto funeka bezijongile abantu. So funeka ube ready upreparishe ivisithele lendlu ujonge kunabantu icondition yayo injani. Ngenye ixesha kunabantu ngaphakathi kuyo but ivandaliziwe.
Okay.
Uzayithenga cheap funeka uspend imali eninzi uzama uyilungisa uyifixa up ukuthi ibe condition right. Zindleko zonke ezifuneka ukuthi uzibudgetele uyazi ukuthi uyayithenga lendlu but uyazi ukuthi uqhubeka ntoni kuyo. Yonke information.
Your last tip, Joff, very quickly, I mean, from our Auctioneers Institute, I mean, do tell particularly the first-time buyers, where can they go to educate themselves, particularly about first-time going to an auction for the first time and buying something as huge as a house?
Auctioneering.co.za, highstreetauctions.com. Read the newspapers. Most auctioneers advertise throughout the country on a Friday and a Saturday in the newspapers on those days.
So don't just pitch on auction day and say, I'm bidding for that house. It looks nice on the picture. That's it.
You need to do your homework. Go to as many auctions as you can. They're fun. It's a lot of fun. You usually get a free lunch and a cool drink as well.
Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. Mr. Joff Van Reenen, Dr. Simphiwe Madikizela, trying to shed some light ukuthi yini wena mbukeli ekumele ke wena uyiqaphele before uthenga indlu lapha kwe-auction. Bathi ke ongapheli kuyahlola. Ngiyabonga kunina ngokuhlala nathi size nisifonela nisibuza nemibuzo nibeka nemibono. Let me also thank my studio guests for the invaluable knowledge and tips on the show today. Please join us again next week, Monday, for another relevant consumer affairs discussion. Our repeats are here on SABC 1 Mzansi for sure every Thursday night from 10 o'clock to 11. Ebusuku from me, Alishin Tombiaga Jali, and the whole team and crew. Salangash. Goodbye.
Yilungelo